the Argentinian powerhouse, and Fnzzy with a PB of 11:13, I think, from just yesterday as well. A lot of PBs yesterday. Yeah, we're good to go here. Yeah. First of all, to mention, okay, I guess I can switch audio because Zeta seems to not have any. It's this time in in-game time, so we'll have 2 timers for each player, and they might go out of sync and stuff, but that won't matter. For each player, just their own timer will count, and it'll cut out loads nicely and everything. 11:08 for Zeta? Ah, okay.
For your own safety and the safety of others, please refrain from.
Alright, and we're off to go in just a second here.
Will open in 3.
You're gonna see them move backwards a lot throughout the whole run. That's because Valve tried to fix bunny hopping, where essentially if you go too fast, they just add backwards speed to slow you down. But they didn't anticipate you going backwards, so that way it just adds speed to you, and you go faster and faster, which is very nice. Yeah, this is really anyone's game. Both very good players.
Please place the weighted storage cube.
I think both of them have also recently ran a lot, so none of those should be rusty. But yeah, button save glitch there, by the way. You grab the radio. Oh, Zeta fails it. That's unfortunate. You grab the radio, get off the button and save load a lot, and that way the radio will push you off the button, but the game won't realize yet that you are off the button, so it'll just get stuck.
You're doing very well.
Let's see, yeah, it's gonna put Fnzzy at a slight lead here of like 1 or 2 seconds.
But is an unintended side effect of the
Yeah, more like 2 seconds.
material emancipation grip, which may, in semi-rare cases, emancipate dental fillings, crowns, tooth enamel, and teeth.
Yeah, here we're gonna grab the first portal gun, and we'll immediately see the first save glitch, which is if you save load on the edge of a portal, your camera stays in the same place, but your body gets transported to the other portal, and that'll stay there as well as you move, and it like moves relative to your position. So you'll see them, oh, Fnzzy not quite getting it. See them shooting portals there at the floor, for example, and some more at the floor here, but they won't actually land there, they land in some completely different spots.
Well done. Remember,
which is
the
nice.
Science bring
Oh,
your
yeah,
daughter to work
Fnzzy not happy about
time to
that.
have her tested.
Yeah, it might look kind of neck and neck, but Zeta is ahead in in-game time by like 10 seconds.
Welcome to test chamber 4.
The glitch also messes with your collision, so you'll see them do one here and just walk through the door. Yeet. Ooh, Fnzzy falling out of bounds there. That's not allowed. Literally banned. Right, Zeta going for door number 2. Yeehaw.
As part of a required test protocol, our previous statement suggests.
Yeah, here you have to wait for dialogue, so you'll see them just mess around. Well, Fnzzy messing around, Zeta not so much.
Test protocol, we will stop enhancing the truth in 3.
Yeah. Fnzzy does need a hug, let me just cruise over there. And give him a good old smooch. Smooth 6 there for Zeta. Got a little stuck at the elevator, I think. Fnzzy gets it, very nice.
The Aperture Science High Energy Pellet seen to the left of the chamber can and has caused permanent disabilities such as vaporization. Please be careful. Warning devices are required.
Easiest map in the game, and of course, both getting it.
Alarms and flashing
Literally free.
have been found to agitate the high energy pellet and have therefore been disabled for your safety.
Zeta trying to go for ABH of a goo
Please
there.
note that we have added
Yeah,
a
you can
custom
skip
test for
that whole
failure.
chamber by just
Failure.
with very good
Any
movement,
contact
ABHing
Any
through the whole
contact with the
chamber
chamber
and
floor
to the
will
elevator,
result in an
but it's very hard
unsatisfactory mark
and
or
only saves
official
like
testing
2 or 3
record,
seconds.
followed by death. Good luck. Very impressive. Please note that any appearance of danger is merely a device to enhance your testing experience. The Enrichment
Let's
Center
see here.
regrets to
09.
report
Most
that
doors
this
in the game
next
have a
test is
weird trigger to them
impossible.
where if you
Make
try
no
to shoot
attempt
under
to
them,
solve it.
it doesn't let you. But this one just does for some reason. So you just shoot a portal under there, go in one side, come out the other. Easy as that. Yeah, Zeta is basically 10 seconds
Hello
ahead.
again. To reiterate,
Well, not basically, he is.
spectacular. You
No door
appear
launches
to
from either of them.
understand how a portal affects
The
forward
bottom
momentum,
of the door is a
but
little
be more
bit like
precise, how it
slanted
does
or
not.
whatever. So you can like jump off of that and it boosts you up really high and you can get to the elevator immediately. That's hard. Kinda. Yeah, they're both pretty in sync. It's just that Zeta is ahead in in-game
The
time.
device has been modified so that it can now manufacture two linked portals at once. As part of an optional test protocol, we are pleased to present an amusing fact.
Fnzzy having some trouble with the last shot there. Oh yeah. Also, we have both portals now, which means there's a lot more options with the save glitches, because we can just place both of them.
Subject hometown, here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lead there for Zeta again. Probably like 2 more seconds. 13 save glitch. Pretty nice from both of them.
If you become lightheaded from thirst, feel free to pass out. An intubation associate will be dispatched to revive you with peptic salve and adrenaline. All subjects intending to handle
Zeta going for the reportal,
technology
but not quite hitting it.
Applicable regulatory compliance issues. No further
Not quite having it. There he is.
information is required or will be provided.
Yeah, if you place a portal as right as you go through one, it gives you a little bit of a boost, and you can use that to gain enough height there.
And brief counseling will be available at the conclusion of the test. Thank you for helping us help you help us all.
Alright, Oof, Zeta getting a really weird portal. Oh, now he's got that. Yeah, if you reload to a save there, sometimes the portal is like weirdly angled, which is weird. Oh yeah, he just takes that one there. Slightly goofy ending. But yeah, Fnzzy here going for 16-17 turret preservation, where it's gonna save glitch to put a portal under the elevator, and then put the turret right under there. Get into the elevator, preserves the save glitch as well, and the whole elevator shaft is preserved between 2 consecutive maps. So the turret under there will stay into the next one. And now, since he has preserved save glitch, he can just jump through that glass under the elevator, and that's the turret. We'll get to skip all of 17, which is very nice. Doing 17 the normal way is bad.
Certainly brought you good luck. However, it cannot accompany you for the rest of the test, and unfortunately,
Zeta getting it as well there.
more quickly than any test subject
that turret is in a weird spot. Needs to fall into the portal, but if it's that close to the wall there, that can be a bit of an issue.
The experiment is nearing.
Yeah, he reloads an earlier save.
The Enrichment Center.
The thing is, he already hit the elevator, so it's already on the timer to going up. So off of that save he had there, he couldn't really do anything. So he just reloads an earlier one. Just decides to redo the entire thing. Yeah, that's looking like a bigger lead for Fnzzy.
information, please attend an
Probably
enrichment
up to a
center
minute almost at
electrical
this point.
safety seminar.
Well, maybe not a minute. Maybe like 40 seconds. Since Zeta is ahead in in-game time, though. Also issues with the jump in 17 there as well. Fnzzy here going for double lag, which stands for large angle glitch. You see him put a portal on the angled surface there and jump through it. And the game thinks you're stuck for some reason, because it doesn't like large angles, and just tries to unstuck you very hard. But that just ends up teleporting you across the map. Very nice. Ooh, Fnzzy going for old escape RO here. Interesting. There's two save glitches by now that are both faster than this. It looks like he's pretty good at the old EOO, so can't blame him. Though it is still slower. And for the EO1 save glitch here, one of the more precise ones. But he's a good gamer. He should be able to pull through this one quite easily. Yeah, Fnzzy actually on pace for a pretty good run here. He gets these AAGs, which are acute angle glitches. Basically same thing as lag, but just a different angle. Looks like he's in for like a mid-11, like an 1140-ish
Well, you found me.
roundabout.
Congratulations.
Ooh, dies to the turrets.
Found me.
Yeah, you can luckily bring a turret in there into the GLaDOS room and just shoot her with that. And she drops almost all her cores immediately.
Maybe you could settle for that.
Probably the single biggest time save in the run. It's like 3 minutes.
You chose this path. Now I have a surprise for you. Deploying surprise.
And Fnzzy finishing up with a 1137. That's pretty good. Only like less than 30 seconds off PB. That's definitely a good run. Zeta had some unfortunate chokes though, so let's see where he will bring this one. Ooh, that was out of bounds. Yeah, should just reload on that. But yes, this is a best of 3 though, so we will have 1 or even 2 more games after this. And yeah, it looks like Zeta will bring this out at a mid-12 probably, if he can get these AAGs. Doesn't quite regain collision there. Yeah, the AAGs also give you a save glitch state for some reason. So you don't have collision, so you have to shoot another portal there to regain it. Alright. Zeta building a little tower there with the cores. And finishing with 1228. Yeah. Given for how long... If it wasn't for those few chokes there, that would have been a good run as well, but he got unlucky in a few places here and there. That's round 1 for Fnzzy. Pretty good. Yeah, both Zeta and Fnzzy PB. Well, Fnzzy PB'd yesterday, or last night, I guess, and I think Zeta only PB'd earlier today. So yeah, all of them here still pretty active, still wanking out those PBs. And we should get going here on game number 2. Let's hope Zeta can bring it back this time. If he can, this should be pretty close again. Alright, let me press the button for audio. Okay, there we go. Yeah, game number 2. It's anyone's game. Fnzzy going for the good old, trying to get the clipboard into the toilets. Zeta just kind of toying around with the cup.
Hello,
Good choice.
again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer Aided Enrichment Center. The relaxation vault has been a pleasant one. Your specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to begin the test proper. Before we start, however, keep in mind that although fun and learning are the primary goals of all Enrichment Center activities, serious injuries may occur. For your own safety and the safety of others, please refrain from...
Oh yeah, good old chuck the lamp in the ceiling. That's a classic right there.
Will open in 3, 2, 1.
Pretty smooth moves there from Zeta. Yeah, that movement around the vault is probably one of the hardest movements in the... Oh, Fnzzy. That was a roll cube. Kind of lands on the button, falls off, and then kind of gets back on. That's just what the cubes do in this game.
The patient grid will vaporize any unauthorized equipment that passes through it. For instance, the Aperture Science weighted storage cube. Please place
Zeta getting the button save glitch. That was pretty fast. And Fnzzy gets it as well. Yeah, for most of the top players, the hard part of the run really starts quite late, really. First 5 minutes are pretty free for most people who have played the game for a while.
Please be advised that a noticeable taste of blood is not part of any test protocol, but is an unintended side effect of the Aperture Science material emancipation grid, which may, in
Zeta's on good pace.
emancipate
We're 1 minute into the game. Yeah, that 001 was pretty good. Also, I just noticed Zeta's black gun. It's looking pretty slick.
With it, you can create your own portals. These intradimensional gates have proven to be completely
Fnzzy missing that peak a little.
Well done. Remember, the Aperture
Zeta being ahead by a few seconds at this point.
Welcome to Test Chamber 4. You're doing quite well.
Sorry, I meant dark gun, not black gun. Yeah, given that this is just the start of the run, this is a pretty big lead for Zeta, but it can easily be made up anywhere, really.
As part of a required test
Especially near the end.
Our previous statement suggesting that we would not monitor this chamber was an outright fabrication. Good job. As part of a required test protocol, we will stop enhancing the truth in 3, 2...
See if Zeta can get this one smoothly. Nice. Perfect. About as good as it gets there. Fnzzy a tiny bit slower.
The Aperture Science high energy pellet seen to the left of the chamber can and has caused permanent
Zeta
vaporization.
barely makes that. That was pretty close.
Warning devices are required on all mobile equipment. However, alarms and flashing hazard
Fnzzy
lights
confidently
have been
yeeting
found to
over there.
agitate the high-energy pellet and have
Oh,
therefore been
Zeta gets ABH over Goo. That's a clap from me. Very good.
Please note that we
That
have
one's
added
hard.
a consequence for failure. Any contact with the chamber floor will result in an unsatisfactory mark on your official testing record, followed by death. Good luck. Very impressive. Please
It's gonna
note
put
that any
Zeta
appearance
in,
of danger is merely a device
yeah, a
to
pretty big
enhance
lead.
your testing.
Now about a chamber head. That's like
The
10
Enrichment
seconds,
Center regrets to
if not
inform
more.
you that this next test is impossible. Make no attempt to solve it.
But we are only, we're not even into the real meat of the run yet, so anything can change.
Hello again. To reiterate, spectacular. You
No door
appear to
launches yet,
understand how a portal affects
unfortunately.
forward momentum
But
towards
ABH
the
Bagu,
orbit
that's
sites
that's
while it
already
does
good enough
not.
for a day. Alright. Zeta a little early on that save load. Oh, gets the meme loading screen as well. It is not quite safe. Oh yeah, he's only edge glitched. Yeah. Oh wait, no, he's not. Never mind.
We are pleased to present an amusing fact. The device
Yeah,
is now
sometimes when you
compatible
load a
with
save,
organs and
the game just
combined
gives you
incomes
that
of
meme
everyone
big
in.
loading screen instead of just immediately loading it. Yeah, now both pretty neck on neck again due to that little time loss by Zeta.
This next test could take a very
Actually, nah, Zeta being still a little bit ahead,
from thirst,
but not by too much.
An intubation
Yeah,
associate
about
will
6 seconds
to
ahead.
revive you with peptic sal and
Oh,
adrenaline.
Zeta's... Oh, no, man.
As part of
I
a
was about to say he's forgetting about
previous
14, but he just does a different lineup because he does the reportal. First try on the reportal. That's also very good.
All subjects
Only
intending
saves
to
a
handle
minuscule amount of
high-energy
time, but
gamma
still.
leaking portal technology
Pretty
must
swag.
be informed that they may be informed of applicable regulatory compliance issues. No further compliance information is required or the enrichment center is
T15 here.
committed to the well-being
I
of
love it
all
when the races are like this, where
Okay,
both streams are synced,
counseling
almost.
will be available at the conclusion of the test. Thank you for helping us help
Oh,
you help us
oh,
all.
Zeta's trying to go for the meme strat. Well, not even a meme strat, it's just very good, but hard. He goes for an ABH there that launches him into the elevator, or AFH even. That's very good. I think he failed it once, but still, that's good enough. Style points. Let's see, 16 here.
Scheduled maintenance, the appropriate chamber for this testing sequence is
Fnzzy kind of missing his shots.
It has been replaced with a live
And both not quite coming out with the save glitch where they want to. Unfortunate.
Apologizes for the inconvenience and wishes you the best of luck. Well done, Android. The enrichment
Yeah, his strat is very hard sometimes, because the turret is very unpredictable. Where it moves when you like throw it away to kill it, where it moves when it falls out of the portals and stuff. It's just not a good time. You really got to be able to adapt to all situations with this strat.
2, 1. You did it. The weighted companion cube certainly brought you good luck.
Both having a little bit of trouble there with the turret. Oh, Zeta going for button save glitch. He was up after 2 tries. Fair enough. It is quite tough on the timing. Pretty sure it's 1 tick, which is 0.015 seconds. Pretty precise.
The experiment is nearing its conclusion. The
Yeah,
enrichment
Zeta
center
still
is
ahead right
required to
now.
remind you that you will be baked, and
I
then there
only
will
like
be
2
cake.
seconds though. Pretty good 18 from Fnzzy though. That was pretty.
Well done. Be advised that the next test requires exposure to uninsulated electrical
But
parts
Zeta
that
also
may be
nails it. Nice.
dangerous under certain conditions. For more information, please attend an
Ah,
Enrichment
Fnzzy with the
Center
swag.
Electrical
I
Safety
love that.
Seminar.
Yeah, Zeta now 3 seconds ahead. This is still very close.
Welcome to the final test. When you are
A few
done,
missed portal
you will
shots in those 3 seconds can easily be made up.
in the equipment
Oh,
recovery
Fnzzy doesn't quite fully crouch. He
Enrichment
gets stuck
Center
before, doesn't get
regulations
safe glitch.
require both hands to be empty
Can
before
nail
any
this lag. Gets it. Nice. Oh, Zeta slightly misses that one. Gets the bad version on the second try. That's oh unfortunate for Zeta there. Yeah, he's behind by a decent chunk now. Zeta going for the ELO save glitch. Might give him a bit of an edge over Fnzzy. Doesn't quite hit the angle on that one shot. There you go. Yeah, Zeta is a few seconds behind still. Oh, no he isn't, because Fnzzy had to reload. Didn't know what happened there. I guess he goofed something and he didn't make a save or something. So he had to reload the whole map. Interesting. Zeta now ahead by like 10 seconds. A little slow on that shot, but that's fine. He has the lead after all. Yeah, 11 seconds difference. All comes down to... Oh, Fnzzy missing the shot there. All coming down to the last map here. Oh boy, this is pretty neck on neck. Fnzzy gets door troll. Unfortunate. Zeta landing in the Fizzler. He shoots his portal. Oh, look at that sink. Fnzzy getting in.
Well, you found me. Congratulations.
Alright, Zeta gets it. Yeah, I think this is Zeta's win. If the cores are nice to him. It's gonna be within like 10 seconds of each, well, maybe like 5 seconds of each other. Let's see. Fnzzy finishing up with... Oh, Fnzzy misses a core. 11:49 for Fnzzy. And Zeta also missing a core. 11:39 for Zeta. That's the win for Zeta. We got a game 3. Yeehaw. Very close one. That came down to the last match. Not the last match, the last map even. Yeah, the PBs are only 5 seconds from each other, so these races should be pretty close. Zeta just got very unlucky on the first one. Yeah, what do you know that I didn't look at the times themselves. Oh yeah, those were pretty good runs. Mid 11s from both of them. That's pretty good.
experience.
Alright, let's check the time difference here. Call up the statisticians, call up the analysts. Zeta being 1 second behind still, though.
No attempt to solve it.
Wow, Zeta with a double ABH over goo. I don't know if we've had that yet this tournament. Someone got it twice in one match. Maybe. Now we just need another door launch. Bless RNG. Oh, Fnzzy had the right hop pattern there, but didn't look like he was going forwards.
Forward momentum, or to be more precise, how it does not.
No door launches today, fellas. Ooh, fast from Fnzzy. Gets the good landing on the wall as well. Very nice.
As part of an optional test protocol,
yeah, there are like multiple spots you can land and shoot the portal at that wall, depending on how good your initial movement is. And that was pretty much the best one there. Let's check the time difference here again. Yeah, Zeta is still behind though, definitely. See by how much.
Now that you are in control of both portals,
only behind by 2 seconds.
Yeah. Very long time. If you become lightheaded from thirst,
they've both been performing pretty flawlessly for the past like 3 minutes. The lead has been pretty steady.
With peptic salve and adrenaline.
Oh, is Zeta remembering 14? He is, okay, good. Because in 14 the doors are non-solid, so like right as the map loads you can already shoot or walk through those. So you gotta remember that that chamber's coming up and already get your lineup.
The Enrichment Center is committed to the well-being of all participants. Cake and brief counseling will be available at the conclusion of the test. Thank you for helping us.
Very smooth 15 from Fnzzy. Zeta will probably go for his swag ending again. Let's hope we can see a first try on that. And the only people I really know that go for that ending at all are like Zeta and Icy. Oh, gets the... Oh, Zeta not going for the ending.
Due to mandatory schedule
interesting.
Maintenance, the appropriate chamber for this testing sequence is currently unavailable. It has been replaced with a live fire course designed for military androids. The Enrichment Center...
I didn't pay attention. Who's ahead? Oh yeah, Fnzzy ahead.
Well done, android. The Enrichment Center once
Please spam the letter B or Z.
Is a real place where you will be sent
depending on who you want to support. Or any other symbols really, I don't know. Just go wild. Good 16 from Fnzzy there. That was pretty... He's a smart boy. What's he doing? He did something, I guess? I think he might have put a save, probably? I don't know. That is gonna put Zeta in the lead. Gets the button save glitch first try as well. Hansel SG. Oh. Fnzzy. Yeah, it's big boy lead for Zeta here. Like, well over 20 seconds. Which is pretty huge given how close these boys are. Yeah, Zeta, not Zeta, Fnzzy not being very happy about that. Zeta with a nice 18. Or not. Redoes it. I guess he goofed something.
The Enrichment Center is required to remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake.
That's gonna put Fnzzy a bit closer again.
Be advised that the next test requires exposure to
Still, I think Zeta now being only 15 seconds ahead. Losing a bit of his lead there, but still a very confident lead. I don't know, let's call up the analysts again. Not go to Yemen today. Gotta check the numbers. Yeah, that is still a 19-second lead for Zeta. Let's see what the escapes will bring.
When you are done, you will
Oh,
drop the
nice
device.
19 from Zeta here.
The equipment recovery
It doesn't hit the second lag though.
Enrichment center regulations require both hands to be
Okay,
empty.
second try, good enough.
Require
Fnzzy
both
also having some
hands
trouble
to be
though.
empty before
And hits the
any
bad
take.
version. Alright, Zeta, let's hope he can get this save glitch quickly, and then he might just gain a very decent lead, even more over Fnzzy. Right, angle. Falls out of bounds. Yeah, having a bit of trouble there. Oh, it hits it in the end. Nice. Look at the sync. Zeta 17 seconds ahead still. Let's hope the shakes don't get to him. Actually, no. Let's do hope the shakes get to him, because Fnzzy's the underdog here, with a slightly worse PB. Alright, still 17 seconds difference. Last map. Let's get excited, boys. Fnzzy a tiny bit faster there, but not 17 seconds faster. This thing. Both getting the AG's first try. Fnzzy turning his toad around though. Don't put the toad on a rotisserie. That's a bad move. Zeta not quite getting shot by the turret though. Alright, good enough. That's all the cores. See, I'm getting spoiled via Discord, but I'm not reading. Yeah, it's looking like it's the win for Zeta here, almost certainly. If he doesn't softlock the ending here. It's Fnzzy finishing at 11:38, and Zeta with 11:23. That's the win for Zeta. Yeehaw. Good one. Still very close. How close was that? 15 seconds again. Yeah, he's a very similar player in terms of their time and skill, I guess.
I am so mad. Holy shit.
I can imagine.
Yeah, just shoot a portal there for goofs and giggles. Who cares? Oh, whoops! I canceled the save glitch.
Yeah, that's what happened. Oh,
yeah, that's what happened. I canceled the save glitch by coming too close to the. I was like, oh yeah, just shoot it right there. It will be funny.
Oh, no. You shot it at like the LSD surface as the map transitions.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah,
and I went out the elevator and I came too close to the blue and I canceled the save glitch, having to redo the 16. I would have PB'd otherwise.
Oh wow. Oh yeah.
I was -1. I lost. I went from -1.2 to +26, and I finished with +24. So I would have PB'd by like 3 seconds. Ah! Zeta's time though really good.
Yeah, it was some good runs. Maybe except for the first one, but still.
I got a good 0-2 in the third one. Go me.
Oh yeah, that one was very good. I remember that.
Yeah.
Zeta hit 2 ABHs over goo in the second and third run.
I didn't even go for it. I was like, as long as I'm slow and don't mess anything up, as long as I get everything first try but slowly, I should be good, right? I was like, okay, 11:30-ish could be good. I thought it was good. It was good for the first run, but the second runs were... He was better. Every single time, except the first one.
It happen.
I also wasn't very much better in my practice runs an hour ago, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, let's check the brackets here. Yeah, Zeta will play the winner of Remil versus Icy. That's a good one. And you will play the winner of Philo versus Zenera. Ooh.
I'm guessing it's not going to be Philo.
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
Bell's got a high 12, I think. Yeah. We'll see. I'll teach him ELO save glitch. He'll get a mid 12 easy.
Oh no.
Speaking of which, why no ELO save glitch?
Don't care for it.
Yeah, fair
I mean,
enough.
I did it a few times in runs. I figured out my problem that I had with it, but I wasn't like, yeah, let's just do it in a high tier race. Let's just see how it goes. No. I was gonna lose, like I said, slow but steady. Lose 2 seconds over losing 6 seconds because I messed something up.
Yeah, it's usually the good way to go, to just take things a little slower.
Also, my hands were shaking like nothing else.
Yeah, that's what happens on a game 3 on PB pace.
Yeah.
Or almost on PB pace, basically.
Like in OO, just aviating around the corner in OO, like at the vault. I was like, oh, did I get the angle right? Yes, okay, I got the angle somehow. Okay, let's continue. It's like the Taz, the AF8.
Yeah, nice one. So I guess we can call it out there. We got one more match tomorrow. Valvin vs Oreo. What else do we got on Speed Gaming? Got some Link to the Past randomizer stuff, some Zelda Oracle of Seasons, some Ori randomizer. Good stuff going on for the rest of the night. And yeah, thanks for the race, boys. Thanks for hanging out, everyone, and we'll call it here. See y'all. Good night.
Bye.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Wanna play?
No.
Oh, okay, I guess we should leave.
Okay.
Hello everybody and welcome to today's race. We have today Vivi against Gus, which will then compete. Vivi has already done 3 races so far, 2 races against In the Name of Duty with 1 loss and 1 win, as well as a 3rd game already which he won. Gus on the other side will have his first game of this tournament. My name is Julian Berlin, and with me on comms today is Tao DK.
Thanks, Julian. How you doing tonight?
Quite good. Bit late today at the moment in Europe, but can still keep up. Tell me, I see some symbols in the middle, top middle of the screen. What do they mean?
All right, so we've got our seed settings at the top middle of the screen. So the first setting there, the crystal end pendant icon, meaning this is going to be an all dungeons seed. If you've been following the previous Link to the Past randomizer tournaments, you'll probably be used to seeing Ganon required, which means all that you have to do is get the 7 crystals . As I was saying, we have the 7 crystals in the normal Ganon requirement. With all dungeons, we will need to get not just the 7 crystals, but also all 3 pendants and the first Aga kill. Now, the other thing we have here, we have the standard opening, which is seeing here starting in Link's house, and we know that one of our swords will be on the Uncle in the Sewers. And finally, our last mode is Key Sanity. The keys have been shuffled into the general item pool and can be found anywhere in Hyrule, not just in their respective dungeons. So we are going to be hunting around for those keys so that we can just get access to the bosses that we need. Now, also in V30, a nice new feature is the hint tiles, and one of those hints will tell us the location of the Ganon's Tower Big Key, which can tend to be a bit of a trolley item. So now both of our runners starting into the sewer, getting their sword, and we'll have to find out what the items are from here.
Okay, so we've got our both runners going through the castle of Hyrule. So with this being a standard, they will now have to free Zelda and then head back to the sewers. We see they've already got bombs. Gus already got lucky and already has 9, so they won't. Both of them won't have any problem getting the 3 chests at the end of escape. But Gus certainly has a good head start with the Kakariko village with his 9 bombs.
Now, both runners grabbing their first small keys for a dungeon, that is for Pod. Pod having one of the higher key requirements of any dungeon, so that's always a nice thing to see. But we actually, since we are in all dungeons mode, it doesn't matter. We're going to have to go through and complete Pod regardless of whether or not it is a pendant.
And already our second key for the Dark Palace. So as soon as they've got enough equipment to go there, the more keys they have, the earlier they can dip already in, because as you said, with this dungeon having the most number of keys, it also has one of a higher number of chests. I think it is 14, meaning that there is a high chance of progression being in Pod.
That's right, and in a non-key sanity mode, we normally, the Pod dip is not as tempting until you have the bow or the bottle, just in case you have a bow-locked Pod. That's due to the fact that Pod, that we often say is the business up front, party in the back with all the keys in the front chests. In this particular mode, those front chests could be holding some great items.
So both players are now making their way back to the beginning of the Hyrule Castle, and will soon head to the sewers. We see 2 different sprites here on screen, none of them being the sprite people playing Vanilla Game are used to. Vivi is playing with Vivi from the Final Fantasy franchise. Meanwhile, Gus is playing as a little Zora.
Is a little bit of a shame that we are playing Key Sanity and neither runner is playing with the big key sprite. That's always a fun one to see. Now, neither runner has the lamp, but since this is a standard opening, they will be granted the lamp just for these rooms back here. So if they had to come back here, which luckily neither one will have to, since they have bombs, they would have to navigate these rooms in the dark.
Indeed, and while both runners are good enough to do these rooms in the dark without a lamp, this seed is basically generated so that anybody could play it, and this is why people get directly the lamp for this section.
So that is a cape in the dark sewer chest. Now, I mean, is it too early to start talking about a forced AGA 1 before Dark World, or is there a...
Well, we would still need the lamp for that, but at the end of the day, oh, what are those? Boots, early boots. This seed is gonna go fast. Yeah, as I was saying, they still need the lamp in order to play AGA early, within logic. At the end of the day, because it's all legend, they will have to do it anyway. But yeah, forced Aghanim called Soul in the Seed would be quite funny. Funny for us, at least.
Yeah, and chat also pointing out, in this mode, those AGA Tower keys are still shuffled somewhere, not necessarily in AGA Tower, so that's just adding to the huge scavenger hunt these guys are going to have to go through.
The only place where these keys can't be is on the Lumberjack ledge, because you would need to beat Aga in order to get there. But yeah, it can be a really big hunt for these keys, especially late in the seed, and it could also even be on pedestal.
So with those boots in hand, it looks like both of our runners are going to go check the lumberjack item, seeing it is a blue potion. So if we get to the point where they can take out Aga and they haven't found a bottle, well, we know where they're going to be headed, especially with those nice early boots.
Indeed, they could also get bottlenecked into having to do Aga in order to get this bottle if a sick kid has a potion-driven item. And Lost Woods begins here with a full heart container first. They'll need at the beginning of the seed a lot of heart pieces or containers in order to be on the healthy side of things, but later we can expect to see them avoiding such containers.
So our runners are finding the map of Thieves Town in the Lost Woods. That's another thing about the key sanity mode. It does not just shuffle the keys, but